Um, let's bring you back in, Sandy, because something else you've been looking at and you regarded as strange, and it wants to be looked at by the audience, is the idea of Freeport sites in UK.
Yes, I've been looking at this just recently. These are called special economic zones. Now they're free ports and investment zones, and I've got a few maps to show you exactly what's going on. Now this was an idea apparently of Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak post Brexit. To try and encourage more sort of a growth plan. And it was unveiled in the mini budget of 2022. These zones aim to stimulate economic growth post-Brexit. That was the idea, by offering tax incentives and relaxed planning regulations to attract investment and boost job creation. But really, underneath it, Rishi Sunak really wanted to, I think, reduce to ease all this taxation that was coming through from Brexit. In these special economic zones, they have taxes that are reduced or eliminated, planning regulations relaxed, environmental and labour laws may be weakened, and often businesses, multinationals, are given special privileges. Now, they have a very different legal framework, so it's a transfer of UK law into private legal frameworks of corporations. And this is what we're seeing. I've got a slide of that. So it really is the Freeports. If we can go to the Freeport map, the Freeport areas that we've got at the moment are, I think it's Teesside, Humber, Thames, Felixstowe, Harwich, East Midlands, Liverpool City region, Plymouth and Solent. And then you've got the zones that are planned across West Midlands, Greater Manchester, Liverpool, South and West Yorkshire, the North East and West Yorkshire. Now, these tend to cluster in post-industrial areas under the banner of sort of regeneration. We're seeing a lot of this. But the true beneficiaries are often global capital and multinational corporations. So these zones aren't, isolated policies. They're components of a broader global restructuring agenda linked to net zero and climate finance. SESs and freeports will become hubs for net zero infrastructure. The projects are often bankrolled by public money, but controlled by private interests, creating greenwashing and public-private control. So it's all about public-private partnerships controlling the free ports. So you don't know what's going in and out of these ports. It could be anything. It could be drug trafficking. It could be people trafficking. It could be anything, because they're not regulated. They make up their own rules and they profit from the free trade that's going through them. That's the problem. SCS is aligned with the SDG goals like sustainable industry and resilient infrastructure, but in practice, they concentrate control into fewer hands. That's the problem. They enable technocratic governance, they support datafication and surveillance under smart city models. This is they're stepping stones towards a post-democratic world, really. They embed unelected corporate power. They serve net zero and technocratic control goals. So in essence, these are a real stepping stone to taking the power away from the people and UK government and turning it into technocratic governance. Now, this is the progression of the SEZs will ultimately be the Charter Cities plan, which is almost like the SEZs on steroids. These are semi-autonomous zones with a sovereign state. So they're almost like a state within a state. They operate a bit like Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf, they've got their own policing system and they've got their own laws. So it really is, it's there to attract foreign investors by offering better rules, i.e. more favourable to capital. And who runs it? Private entities and foreign governments. Do we really want this? No. It will cause less transparency and less control for the people of this country. Yeah.
Sandy, thank you very much. And my mind, once again, Ben, goes to your key point, which you've been talking about now for months and months, which is the power of the public-private partnerships in taking not only commercial control away from people at local level, but effectively political control.
And importantly, and people really, and I think you can really see it in what we've covered today, is that this has already been done, right? So the system has already been specified, funded, planned out. They put the agreements in place. Bristol signed up for a 20-year deal, just one example, and they're building it. We've never been asked about it. No one's ever voted for it. We're paying for it, through our taxation and through these clandestine public-private deals that they're putting in place. And there's been absolutely no discussion about it whatsoever. It's just being done through coercion.
Absolutely.